Hey guys, this is video 1 for the how to design build a custom flying V, and I'm just going to hit a few high points in this video just to reintroduce the fact that I'm about to build another one of these guitars. It's going to be a gold sparkle, but nonetheless I'm going to be building some other sparkle tops as well, probably a black sparkle, blue sparkle, and possibly purple, but for the most part I'm going to keep building these guitars. And I'm just going to go straight to the finish line with this one and tell you exactly what this is. This is my own particular design as far as the body goes, but it's probably within about 1/8 of an inch of a true 1950s Carina Specs Flying V. My shoulders are not quite as flat, but they are substantially flatter than most of the Flying Vs that are out there. I mount my necks at the body at the 18th fret rather than 19th. It moves everything into the body a little bit. It's a far more playable and comfortable guitar. I've alleviated all of the headstock dive in this design, and man, is she ever comfortable. I think this is the 6th one I've built, or maybe the 7th, but anyway, I don't want to go into that in this video because I just want to cover the high points and capture, the beauty of this guitar after it was all finished and ready to ship. I may have mentioned it, but this guitar is going to Arizona. Sold it 2 weeks ago. And did some additional work for the client and installed the bone nut, leveled, dressed, did all the fretwork, polished, and man, is she ever a phenomenal player. It's such a nice guitar, and I may try to stand it up in a little while because the wind has died down, but not at the expense of risking dropping the guitar. So again, what is this guitar? Let's start from the top and go down. 17-degree pitch headstock. That headstock profile is it's based on the historical design, but it's nowhere near it. It's scaled down about probably 10%, but it is beautiful, really pretty. I went ahead and did a stinger on this one, and I'll cover that more in a moment, but I just want to flip that around while it was in front of us and on the camera. So again, I'm doing this freehand, so bear with me, and I apologize for the idiocy, but it's kind of crazy. Okay, so what have we got? 17-degree pitch headstock. That neck is Honduran mahogany. I've got enough mahogany. I just placed an order for probably 7 more guitars. So got a lot of Honduran mahogany. That's Bolivian rosewood. That's a bone nut, hand cut. Jessicar frets. 18% nickel, medium. It's almost closest to a jumbo. So long tenon neck for the Flying V design, and that's kind of my signature. I expose I stain and clear coat the Honduran just to reveal that it is a uniquely different wood from the body. This body is a antique pine. This is quarter sawn antique pine from the 1800s, and the sonic qualities are just off the charts. It's very clear and very articulate. Would be a phenomenal jazz or studio guitar as well. So I really won't go into the bridge, but that's your typical ABR1 with nylon saddles, and we elected to go with the hardtail Les Paul configuration here because this guy lives in Arizona, and it's a pretty brutal climate. Even though this guitar, the moisture content was so unbelievably low on this body, I suggested we go with a hardtail just to make certain that we've got superior tuning stability. These are just laying in place. They're not in place, but that's the opportunity to talk about that. CTS pots, 525K, 5%, within 5%. Whether I do 2 or 4, they're always within 5%. Switchcraft 3-way. This is a long frame one. The client will have to go with a shorter frame, but that's the long frame design. And he elected for a kill switch in position number 3, which I thought was really cool. But here, to me, this is really the pinnacle of my design, in that you can, I've got the output jack right here, and I'll cover this more in other videos, but you can obviously plug in right here and then run your strap up under, such as this, and then it locks your cord in place, and then you can run that to your wireless if you're running a wireless pack on your strap, or you can run it to your board, run it to the board and stuff like that. So I will flip this over and talk about it briefly, but I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this because I'll start getting way too technical. But my control cavity, sorry, I'll try not to apologize for the idiocy, but my control cavity, that's my own particular design, is designed such that you can get your three potentiometers in there, or as you see, he went with a kill switch, but I have it designed so that you could do kill switches along this bottom, and or any DPD T switch along the bottom area. You could actually put upwards of 3 switches in there. And I can't put this cover on because that frame is tall, but you can see, let me show this, 3/16 of an inch thick antique pine painted nitrocellulose lacquer. You can actually find the node, and this has a tap tone. So once this all screws together, you're looking at a design. Obviously it won't sit down up there because of the long frame, but you're looking at a design that once all the 5 or 6 screws really lock in place, that ends up being more of a chamber rather than a control cavity, and it affects the sonic qualities of the guitar on a microscopic level. But, well, I don't know, it might be measurable. I think I can kind of hear it because I was playing some jazz the other night and with the cover off, and then put the cover on, and it just seemed like it kind of warmed up a little bit. So, beautiful guitar. I'm going to stop talking and just kind of show the guitar. It's so windy, I'm afraid to try to stand it up. I'm sorry, that's not a very good shot. Just lay it down so I'm not worried about it. You can see the chatoyancy in the Honduran. It's amazing. It'll go from like this supermodel blonde all of a sudden to like this, pin-up strawberry blonde red. So cool. And then all of a sudden it'll turn. I think if you turn the guitar this way, all of a sudden it'll get really dark. And man, the last thing I want to do is drop this guitar. Yeah, I know in the indoor light, if you turn it, I think if you look at it this way, it just gets real deep dark and brown. So cool. Out here the sun's catching it from the left there. Anyway, sorry for the crazy video work and all of that, but the guitar, protecting the guitar is far more important than capturing a really good shot. I've already shown that enough. 17 degree, and man, does it ever show. It's so cool. It's a deep, I don't know if I even showed the front. See if I can get it in the light. It's hard doing this freehand. I'm spoiled because I use the stand, but anyway, we'll cover it in some of the future videos. But nonetheless, I'm going to be building these in very small quantities, probably one every month or two. And if you guys want to learn how to build it, stick around. I typically auction them off on eBay, and they always go to the highest bidder. So I'm going to close the video right there. So I appreciate you guys checking in, and see you in the next video. Thanks.